For the past 3 years, it's arrived at least twice a month at Simón Bolívar International Airport in Caracas, Venezuela, a suspicious commercial flight from Tehran. It flies between two capitals with hostile relations with America, but which do legitimate business with each other. U.S. intelligence officials have been keeping a close eye on the flight. A Venezuelan official tells us it's an above-board commercial flight operated by Conviasa, a Venezuelan state-run airline.
But analysts we spoke to aren't so sure. They say one security concern is the route. From Tehran, the plane stops in Damascus, Syria. Iran is believed by Western officials to support Hezbollah, which the U.S. considers a terrorist group. From there, the flight goes to Caracas, Venezuela, and later it returns to Tehran.
And it's not clear who's on board.
Can regular passengers book a flight on this thing?
That's my understanding that they can't, that this is only for special people.
Peter Brooks is a former Deputy Assistant U.S. Defense Secretary, now with the conservative Heritage Foundation. He's researched the flight and written about it. Brooks and other analysts tell us regular passengers cannot get on the flight or the return leg. Brooks talks about who could be on the flight.
Intelligence agents, probably Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps individuals, Quds Force, even Hezbollah terrorists. So there is from an American interest point perspective, this is of great concern.
Concern that under the cover of legitimate commercial flight, this might be a shadowy pipeline for America's enemies to move people and weapons to Latin America, where they could more easily stage attacks against the U.S. Asked by CNN about this flight, former CIA Director Michael Hayden said, "The concerns are not just in the abstract. We saw people traveling who made us wonder." A current U.S. official said there have been people of concern on the flight.
So it leaves Tehran August 26th, arrives in Caracas August 27th.
I tried to get on a flight.
No space available on the 26th. All right, what's the next flight?
A Conviasa agent told me no seats available through late August. Then,
so from now until September 16th, all flights every week are booked.
Then the agent told me, after September 16th, the airline is shutting the route down for business reasons, so it's never been clear if regular passengers can get on. I asked Brooks about another concern.
What happens when the flight gets from Tehran to Caracas and it arrives in Caracas? Is it processed normally? Are people on it processed normally?
My understanding is it's not. In other words, they don't go through normal customs and immigration at the Caracas airport, that they go to a separate part of the airport and they're processed there, if they're processed at all.
A passage from the State Department's 2008 terrorism report says passengers on these flights were not subject to immigration and customs controls at Simón Bolívar International Airport.
Contacted by CNN, a Venezuelan official brushed back on all of that. He said everyone on board that flight goes through normal customs and immigration checks, that there are normal business people and civilians regularly on board, and that there's never been any evidence that the flight carried Hezbollah militants or any weapons. Our calls and email to an Iranian official were not returned. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.